Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Mumta and Colin. What I'm going to be showing is a real case. I call it a real case because it's my home, and my home is now undergoing the beginning of a real ecocide. And so I'm going to first of all show the unsustainability of what is happening to my home under the auspices of the 17 development goals under the United Nations, harmony with nature, working with this, and then what is sustainable, and then a way forwards. So we'll do the first one. A little bit earlier in November, then I presented this case at the International Tribunal for the Rights of Nature under deprivation of water, and we're talking about the whole province of Almeria in Spain. So here you see Spain, and this little corner on the bottom right-hand corner, this is actually where I live. It's the province of Almeria. I've brought this slide up. You can see 060008. That is actually the aquifer which supplies water to the last oasis in Western Europe, which is where I live. Now let's see if this drone clip works. It doesn't. Let's now go backwards. Okay. Have you an idea how we're going to get this drone clip working? Yeah.
Do you have a link?
No, it's actually embedded in the program.
Yes.
It's there. Yes, there. Okay. Click. No. Click again. This is what I thought might happen. Tricky. Beautiful little drone clip, but it ain't going to work. Okay. Okay, we're going.
QuickTime not available.
Maybe QuickTime
doesn't work on this computer.
What a shame. What a great shame. Okay, well that is a shame, but this does show my village. Okay, this is a rather beautiful village. And okay, this shows the overexploitation which is going on over these aquifers in Almeria province. And you see, estado químico is the state of the chemical pollution, and quantitativo is the amount of water. And you see there, we see from 2009 running right the way through to 2021, we have mal estado, mal estado, mal estado. This means that all these areas of water are both overexploited and chemically polluted. And this covers, you can see, almost the whole of the province of Almeria. This is why we brought this to the International Tribunal, of course. Okay, and we go on to the next slide. Well, I'm afraid, very sadly, we're not going to be able to show this clip because we don't have...
We can try later on another computer.
We do have another computer?
We have many laptops, you can try it.
Okay, but...
Click on the play sign.
It's not supported by...
Yeah, no, QuickTime is not available on that computer. It says.
Do we excuse this little technical hitch here? I do have the presentation here, but is this possible to do quickly or not?
Do you mind to do it after the speech?
Do you have it online so the video maybe can be seen?
It's just that we don't have so much time right now, so I can do it after the presentation.
Well, this is the presentation. Okay, not to worry.
You want to try on the MacBook?
We're gonna wait. Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you plug it in, it should work. I got it yesterday.
We can try
plugged
now.
it in.
Thank you for the patience, your patience. Yeah. Always bring us a spare, I think. It's always a good idea, yeah? Okay, we're going to Geneva final press release. Do you know, my eyes are really, I'm getting old, obviously, yeah. Can you click on that one? Okay, and then let's see if we can open that within there, okay? And then we open up in there again. Okay, let's see how we go. Thanks, Mary. Okay. Okay, we've been here, we've been here, we've been here, we've been here. Oop. Hang on. Now, this is the $1 million. Oh. Mary, do you want to give it a go? No, we're still in the same software of the computer, unfortunately, I guess. Okay. Well, we don't have, I think the problem is you don't have QuickTime on your computer, no?
Yes.
David?
Yes, tell me.
I think we need to carry on.
I think so too. Let's keep on moving. Okay, so we go into the next slide. We went to this. Okay, and then here we have part of a 6 million olive tree plantation. You can see these olives, they're planted at 1,800 per hectare. We're living in a semi-arid zone. Our rainfall this year has been just over 200 millimeters. Now, a desert climate is under 200 millimeters, and this is a scandal. And really, I'm bringing this up to the international level, of course. Here we have a schematic. Aguas V1 showing 4.22. That is 420% overexploited. The concept in 2010, a meeting between the government of Andalusia and the European Union, was to have by 2015 this overexploitation down to 100%. Okay, it's up to 420%, and we are running out of water. Next slide. This slide is actually showing, this is actually again a drone clip. This is a water truck coming into Sorbas and delivering water to the inhabitants of Sorbas and the inhabitants of all the local villages, because we no longer have drinking water. It has to be delivered by truck. And this, remember, is Europe. This is southeastern Spain. This is Europe. I think it's scandalous. This is an area which is 800 meters from the spring which supplies our river, El Rio de Aguas. This is inside protected territory. And I took these pictures and sent to lawyers, and we had this action stopped, because this is such a blatant disregard for the directives of the European Union for the protection of habitat that we could not possibly get more blatant. That is total destruction. Okay, so this is very definitely unsustainable. The International Tribunal, the case illustrates the consequences. You can read this, and it's very clear. Although this case focused on the Almeria area of Spain, this is what is happening all over the world, and I'm bringing this case here because it's diamond clear of a similar situations happening all over our planet. So we're moving next into a graffiti which shows the last water, the ultima agua, the last water, coming through a business person's pocket, being transferred into money, and below is producing death and destruction. And this was a beautiful piece of graffiti. It didn't last more than 9 days. I'm not surprised. Okay, so now we move on to slightly more cheerful. This is a commercial olive farm, also on the edge of the desert of Tabernas, El Oro del Desierto. Here we have a very different view. Here we have a view where we have a farmer, he's got 25,000 olive trees. He plants at 200 trees per hectare, not 1,800. He looks after the environment, so the chain of the environment is there, including the insects, the pollinators, the birds, the rabbits, and we see also the sheep. We see also on this farm a slightly complicated schematic, but the point is that he is checking on the humidity of the soil, the humidity of the air, the wind, the temperature. His irrigation tubes are 40 centimeters under the ground, and he is saving 35 to 40% water. That's very important in a semi-arid zone. He also has water catchment from the mountains behind running through these rocks into that big reservoir you see there, which is a supplementary to the water supply. His olive factory, his production is completely solar powered. You see that roof is completely solar. His buildings, he exports to 17 different countries. People come and stay, and these are made of stone, hydrocal, and canyamo for insulation. This is industrial hemp. The heating is done by the biomass from the olives and electricity again from solar panels. This farm is an example of a working philosophy with harmony with nature. And incidentally, his family have been farming olives for the last 7 generations. It is an example of what works under the 17 sustainable goals. Rights of nature, well, we need to look and see, well, how we're going to move forwards on any case. And in this case, Mary Margill, who you saw yesterday presenting, has given us a draft ordinance for Sorbas, personhood for nature. So I brought in here just a couple of articles out of that ordinance, which both Mumta and Colin have talked about. But here we say, okay, natural communities and ecosystems within Sorbas. We're using the word sobas. We're bringing this right the way down to the reality of a real case, a real situation. Okay? And then, as Colin was saying, we need to work towards this personhood. So when we're on the ground, as I am, the first thing that we have to do as a team, Aquiferos Vivos is the organization which I represent, as well as representing myself as person being under threat. We need to bring and to empower the people of the area to understand that they do have power and they can demand from their municipalities the prohibition of super-intensive olive growing within those municipalities. Let me see what I said as a final. I said thank you. Well, thank you very much.